Alright, we are recording now, so this will be a little bit different. I'll probably edit this so that I can upload it to YouTube in a better format. I'm not sure the quality of the first game, so it probably will not be included in this recording. Basically, first game, Unit 5, pretty squarely won the game. There was a lot of mistakes on the side of Lane Tech. So Unit 5 is up 2-0 now on Lane Tech. They only need to win 2 more games. Lane Tech needs to win 4 more games. Alright, so game 2 here. Let's see how these draft strategies change. Lane Tech is first pick this game, and it looks like they're going for that Mr. Mime. That Mr. Mime was causing a lot of issues for them. He was playing really forward, doing a really great job of defending his team. A Moltres ban as well. This has been a pretty consistent ban from Lane Tech. It seems like they just don't want to deal with the potential of it being oppressive. A Dragapult ban as well. That has been a semi-common pick from Sfeel on the side of Lane Tech. so we probably won't see any of it today. And then we also got a Decidueye ban. Decidueye, really strong attacker for the side of Unit 5, and a Miraidon ban as well, a really big comfort pick for Lane Tech. Alright, let's see what Lane Tech's first pick is here. They may try to target something, and they do. They grab the Talonflame. Talonflame, super popular pick from the side of Unit 5, that it is almost banned or picked in every game they play. And they immediately pick Double Attacker. Very interesting, not grabbing stereotypical defenders that you would see in order to defend against a Talonflame. They're grabbing those attackers, immediately saying, like, you can try to come at me, but I have the defense. Umbreon pick as well from Lane Tech, along with the Eldegoss, a much more consistent healer than Clefable, potentially into this double attacker team comp. And Umbreon, very consistent pick from Lane Tech still. Looks like they're going for the Mamo and the Absol again, leaving that last pick kind of open where they went Mr. Mime last time. We'll have to see what they pick instead. But Mamoswine was doing a lot of great work for them with those Ice Fangs, and Yoshimite's Absol was cleaning up kills as usual. A Gardevoir pick as well. Very well-rounded team comp from Lane Tech. They have every role under their belt. Gardevoir, very strong area attacker, has slightly more range than Delphox, but does get outranged by Venu. And then a Buzzwole might have a hard time into a Mamoswine, but otherwise can do very well in a Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is a great heads-up pick here into both Talonflame and Buzzwole. Assuming Talonflame goes Brave Bird, after they Brave Bird in, Wigglytuff can pull them in and immediately stun them with Sing, being very, very effective. And then Buzzwole has a very hard time actually attacking Wigglytuff and keeping up with its constant stun and HP. So even though the team comp is much more well-rounded for Lane Tech, I would say Unit 5's team comp does a perfect job of countering their plans. That Wigglytuff pick is very, very heads up. I really like that pick. Alright, this game will be very interesting. We'll have to see if Lane Tech has figured out their plan to deal with the oppressive nature of this Unit 5 team comp, because their team comp relies so heavily on their defenders and their front line getting those stuns so that the rest of their team can just explode on that group. So we'll have to see if Lane Tech can keep them under control and keep those levels managed, or if they will again just get kind of outpaced by these attackers and this speedster and just kind of go down. Looks like Talonflame is jungling. These are pretty stereotypical roles from Lane Tech. Meanwhile, we do have that Mamo Delphox lane again. Could be menacing once again. We know they were picking up a lot of early kills up here. Meanwhile, down bot, this bottom lane definitely a lot weaker. Venu has a very, very weak early game, so could definitely harm them. Looks like Venu will get all of that farm down bot and leave Venu pretty low. Gardevoir and Umbreon grouping up a lot there, allowing that Venu to get a lot of damage. And Wigglytuff does manage to get that. The Gardevoir misses with their move. Meanwhile, up top again, it looks like the Buzzwole tried to go for stacks, but going for stacks into a Mamoswine is a grave, grave mistake. Looks like Talonflame did manage to get a good amount of that farm, but level 4 is hit for Delphox. Meanwhile, down here, Absol looks like he just cleaned up the lane. Venu and Wigglytuff were just putting so much pressure on the goal zone that Yoshimite was eventually just able to come down and clean up what was left. There's that Ice Fang out again. Talonflame left pretty low. These Icicle Crashes are doing a lot of damage. Honestly, might be more advantageous for them than a form of, let's say, like Ice Fang, which is what they've been running. Buzzwole does contest some farm down in mid. He's chasing a level 7 Absol, but he does have Leech Life. That could prove very, very good for him in these fights. He is looking to invade this Absol's jungle, does manage to steal a farm, is trying to find a way out now. Will he be able to get out of this fight? Wigglytuff coming up, trying to look for the pincer on him, and he misses the leech life. That will be a dead Buzzwole for sure. That missed leech life secured his fate. Eldegoss looking in mid, but his team is just not there with him. Down bot, Gardevoir still looking at a level 4. You have a level 6 Venu opposing you, and you are not even level 5 yet. That is really going to harm this Gardevoir's pace, because Gardevoir desperately needs those levels. A really good Brave Bird there, does not manage to secure the objective, but does manage to get the kill on the Absol, but just barely. Wigglytuff with the stuns is able to kill the Talonflame before it gets to the Delphox. 720 birds coming up soon. Gardevoir finally got Kirlia. Looks like their moveset will be Psyshock here, unless I saw wrong. Oh, it is Future Sight. Okay. Up top, looks like they cleared out the farm pretty cleanly here. Eldegoss bush checking at this point, trying to find a pick for this Buzzwole to potentially get. Buzzwole does get a grab on the Mamo. Mamo does eject out of the leech life, and a beam immediately follows and takes the Buzzwole out. Eldegoss is left alone up here. Meanwhile, Wigglytuff holding down this bottom lane for an extended period of time, almost gets the kill on the Talonflame and leaves the Umbreon extremely low. Wigglytuff putting in a lot of work here. Looks like Umbreon back to goal zone. The score is a lot closer than we saw in the previous game, but in terms of levels and just pacing, Unit 5 is so much farther ahead. They are just dominating these team fights, dominating this pace and these rotations. Wigglytuff going in for the stuns, gets an opening for the Venu. Venu gets in a massive solar beam, followed by a fire spin, followed by the Absol going in. What an amazing sequence of events there. Talonflame does manage to get the kill that he wanted on that Delphox and does manage to unite move out to stay alive. He is very low here, and Eldegoss is just now coming back to hopefully support him. Umbreon looking for vision here, trying to find them. Buzzwole does see the Venu, but misses his Unite move and is just left hanging. Misses his Smackdown as well. That is 2 whiffed moves back to back. He's trying to look for the flank on this Venu, but just immediately gets hit by every move in the book. It immediately goes down. And again, the Venu with the beams, just packing such a punch. And they're just doing such a great job of playing from range, having this Wiggly and this Mamo get all the vision that they need. They don't need to go anywhere outside of their comfort zone because they know they have a team to back them up. A really good leech life there, though. Picking up that Absol, that's a lot of good experience going over to that Buzzwole. However, the attacker's able to get out scot-free. Talonflame trying to get some levels here. Talonflame is the one, winning factor for lane tech here. They just don't have the damage coming out from Buzzwole right now. Buzzwole's just not able to make anything work, and Gardevoir is also just really struggling in terms of levels. They've just been having a really difficult time in this early game. And again, Buzzwole just playing so forward, leading himself into all of these stuns. Talonflame, though, with the giant double kill, also leaving the Absol on 1 HP, manages to escape the Sing from Wigglytuff, trying to live here, timing his Brave Bird to try to get out, but goes right into the Absol, does not manage to get his Unite move off in time, but a massive Gardevoir Unite picks up a triple kill. Delphox coming in, does get the Fire Spin off with his Unite move. Venu Unite move also coming out. I don't think Gardevoir will be able to escape this. They do go down. Meanwhile, Buzzwole so distracted by this Regieleki, not able to help out their team. Potentially could have won that second team fight if they pushed up with their team. Another Buzzwole Unite just whiffing the target horrendously. Looks like we have a full rotation down to bot, but Unit 5 already has this objective on half HP. I don't think they will be able to steal it from Unit 5 in time, but Umbreon manages to secure it somehow through all of that hectic activity. Even the Talonflame with the massive Brave Bird is not able to secure it over an Umbreon. Umbreon in the front line here does end up going down. Buzzwole trying to look for a flank, not able to find anything, does knock the Mamoswine away from getting those stuns. Another big Gardevoir Unite, but does not manage to land the Future Sight after the Unite move and does not pick up any kills. This Buzzwole, again, whiffing all of their moves, just not able to land anything. Leech Life just constantly betraying them in the direction that it goes and just not able to get the healing that they need. Therefore, they just keep going down in every team fight. Talonflame again just clearing farm, definitely the healthiest on their team. And this game, Lane Tech has done a much worse job of keeping their levels equal to Unit 5. Talonflame looking really low here. A big 4-man push from Lane Tech, but a massive fire spin stuns half of the team. Not even half, most of the team. And another really early Unite move from Lane Tech. This Buzzwole, who was playing, what's it called? Playing Meowth last game, really just popping these early Unite moves at around the 2-minute mark, not able to have them for Groudon fight when they really matter. Oh, and Eldegoss solo defending the objective does end up going down to it by itself. Buzzwole trying to clear it out now, but Lane Tech getting so outzoned here. Talonflame goes in with a massive Unite, trying to get a pick here. Almost gets the Venu. Venu does go down to a massive Gardevoir Unite. Again, Talonflame going in, leaving people on 1 HP, but just unable to finish them off. Buzzwole looking for a pick on this Delphox, unable to find it. But that is 3 people down from Unit 5. Looks like they could get a rip here. You do see Absol coming up, trying to get this kill on the Gardevoir. He does manage to get the kill and is unable to get caught. Delphox outranges the Buzzwole perfectly, and I don't think Lane Tech will be able to rip this in time. They do have Absol finally coming back. Umbreon is on 1 HP, does end up going down. This Delphox is just putting in so much work. And now the Talonflame is left alone, and Unit 5 knows they don't have to rip it. That might be another game going in Unit 5's favor. We'll have to see last 45 seconds. Unit 5 very well spread out here, looking towards their goal zones, making sure they're defending. Buzzwole using a lot of his moves to try to get out, so when he goes in with his Unite move, he has nothing to use afterwards. If you're going to use your moves to dodge out, don't try to go back in afterwards. He just betrayed. he sabotaged himself. You've got a split push from Lane Tech here, but they're unable to win the 2v5. Are they able to kill this Absol? They might not even be able to kill the Absol. The iframes from his Unite move saves him. Talonflame is able to get the kill. He's trying to get this last score off before the game ends. He does get the 42 off. He's going to try to go for another score, but he does not have the time. And I believe that is another game in Unit 5's favor. Oh, actually a very close one. That last score almost closed the score gap, but really subpar stats coming out from this Buzzwole. Talonflame did put in a lot of work. This Gardevoir got some good Unite moves, but the oppressive attacks from this Delphox, Venu, and Absol were just too much to bear. Alright, game 3. This could be it. We could see a full sweep in Grand Finals. This would not be the first time we've seen a sweep in Grand Finals for IHSEA Pokemon Unite. we will have to see 4 games in a row won by Lane Tech in order to take this game back. Same bans so far. Blissey ban, very common from Unit 5 onto other teams, but also very common into Lane Tech. Lane Tech has a strong Blissey player, and Blissey also has the ability to give their team a lot of unstoppables that make them very difficult to kill with the type of team comp Unit 5 is using here. See what we see as a first pick. We do see the Talonflame again, and the double ranged picks again. Just exact same picks so far. Looks like they're gonna pick the Buzzwole again, but on a different player. They did make a sub, so Lane Tech subbed out Spheal for Acid, whose name is Real Comfebot down there. So looks like they're putting their Umbreon player and .xk on Buzzwole, and then picking Hoopa as well. Oh, switching for the Trevenant at the last second there. Could be a strong pick, but also can really, really suffer into long-range attackers when they cannot close that distance. And it looks like we will see the Yoshimite Meowscarada. We saw that at LAN quite a few times. It led to them 3-0 sweeping Wheaton North. And there is that Mamoswine pick as well. We'll see what this last pick is for Unit 5, but I would not be surprised if it was Wigglytuff. We do see the Hoopa, a very strong pick from Existence, but not picked very often recently. And an Espeon, interesting, a mid-range attacker into the current team comp could prove advantageous, especially into Assassins, because now this Meowscarada doesn't really have anything to assassinate. But at the same time, they will not really be able to do anything into these attackers. So again, Talonflame is their one true answer to these attackers. But if they can get around the front line of Wigglytuff Mamoswine, their entire team can very easily collapse on them. So again, I'd say from how these games are going, the draft is 100% in Unit 5's favor. They have had just the better coordination in team fights and have been executing their team fights a lot stronger. Seems like Lane Tech has been a lot more disjointed, so we'll see if they can pull that together going into these following games, but we'll just have to see. Alright, looks like we're going to be getting the exact same lanes. So far, Lane Tech has been losing pretty early in lanes, but this Buzzwole Hoopa lane is a deadly combo, and Espeon also has a very early spike and a good early game secure. So I could see, if played well, these early games should definitely go over to Lane Tech, just based off of pure team comp. But again, you see right there, Espeon uses their secures way too early, get down to low HP. They do manage to take one piece of farm with their defender. Doing much better on HP up here for Lane Tech than in previous games. They've normally dropped one of their either their all-rounder or their support pretty early on, but they've managed to keep both and on pretty decent HP. They've got their Talonflame coming up. Meanwhile, Meowscarada went down bot, jumped this tree for a little bit, but Trevenant, just such a tanky Pokemon, not able to take it out. And Talonflame did rotate down after seeing the Meowscarada down here, knew that his presence was needed. Let's see how Unit 5 executes this Birds fight. We do see Espeon with the level 4, so they've hit their spike before any of the other laners. Wigglytuff did roll in the wrong direction, not able to get to that farm in time. Espeon securing a lot of that, and Trevenant barely managing to get out alive. Wigglytuff does evolve, though. We do not see a level 5 for this Buzzwole yet. There it is. Let's see which move he runs. He is going Superpower, so different from the Leech Life that we saw earlier. Ooh, almost had the jump there, but sadly revealed themselves just a little too early. Do get some damage there. They are going for the Trick Hoopa, so they're definitely trying to enable their dives here with Talonflame and Buzzwole a lot more than we saw in the previous game. Again, another good Superpower, dragging that Mamoswine back into their team. The utility of Superpower is really going to show itself in this game, hopefully, with dragging them back into their own teammates. Buzzwole and Hoopa immediately starting on the rip of this objective. However, they're not playing very forward. They do not have vision of the other team, and they do give that over to the Venu. However, the Talonflame does come in at the perfect time. They do pick up that kill on the Absol and the Wigglytuff and the Venu. That is a great team wipe. Not a team wipe, but a great triple from Lane Tech there with the coordination of the Talonflame and a pretty solid break for an early lead here. Let's see if this Buzzwole can get this score, and he does not manage to get it in, just barely. The Meowscarada able to stop him. A level 6 on this Buzzwole. He does go down to this Meowscarada. Meowscarada helping top lane clear out this farm. Might get some scores here to help clean up whatever they were lacking. And an early game lead from Lane Tech, definitely not putting Unit 5 out of the competition in any way. Unit 5 has been very consistent, and they are still showing those consistencies here. Lane Tech does take the opportunity to rip bottom objective almost immediately. Unit 5 has 4 members up here. Looks like they're getting ready, and they do start the rip on the objective. Looks like Hoopa knows, but Buzzwole's not able to get there in time, and the instant rip of that objective, they were just unable to react in time. No amount of team rotation was getting them to that objective in time. Mamoswine getting really low there. Same with the Delphox. Mamoswine almost go down. He does end up going down to the snipe from Espeon. Meowscarada Unite move coming out as well, putting this Talonflame pretty low. Talonflame does manage to get out, but just barely. Meanwhile, Hoopa defending this goal zone by themselves, almost go down. Ooh, that beam almost caught that Talonflame before he used Aerial Ace. Looks like we might see a team fight happen in middle here. Meowscarada might look for something. A massive Talonflame Brave Bird combo for an instant kill on Meowscarada. This Talonflame is miles ahead of the other team here, level 11, against the highest level on Unit 5's team being 9, stealing their blue buff. Meanwhile, up top, Buzzwole trying to get some scores and maybe looking for their stacks, just not able to get anything. Yoshimai goes in for a second there, but manages to dodge the smackdown. Again, this Buzzwole taking a lot of the damage from these solar beams and stuff, just not having the mobility to dodge them. Mamoswine staying on this goal zone looking for a defense, but actually leaving, opting to go down to bottom path to look for this objective. Lane Tech seems to know, having their Hoopa also rotate down. Buzzwole getting some free scores up top lane might help them out with the damage that they've been lacking in this game. Trick definitely saving Trevenant a lot of that HP. Trevenant going in with a potential Unite move here, does get stunned a lot, but does get the Unite move off. Hoopa Unite move also going out. Meowscarada not able to kill the Espeon. Espeon using its Unite move to keep itself alive. A massive Talonflame going into the backline again, and that is a full team wipe from Lane Tech. These team fights seem to be going a lot better for Lane Tech in this game 3. Looks like Buzzwole will be recalling. They know they can get that objective pretty handily. They have Trevenant going up top lane. They have the rest of their team following suit. Trevenant watching this objective, making sure that Unit 5 does not start on this rip. Meowscarada playing really aggressive here, looking for something on this Trevenant. Does get caught by the Horn Leech, but does not get scooped. Oh, but the massive kill on the Venu and the scoop on the Wigglytuff and the Mamoswine leaves 2 dead in their wake. Now Lane Tech going for this rip again. Trevenant playing really aggressive in their faces, doing a really great job of keeping them away, just like we've seen Unit 5 been doing. A really big Unite move, 2 Unite moves from Unit 5, leaving Lane Tech on scraps of HP. However, the massive Buzzwole combo does take out Meowscarada, and Buzzwole barely making it out alive after taking 2 solar beams to the face. Looks like Lane Tech might start on this rip in mid. They do have vision of Venu now. Venu gets a massive beam off on the Buzzwole here. Buzzwole takes that portal down. Trevenant playing in their faces again, but has to back up. And Talonflame coming in with the Hail Mary secure, trying to stay alive. The trick keeping him alive with that shielding, almost able to pick up the kill on Meowscarada as well. Going in again, maybe getting this kill on this Wiggly, but no, he gets stunned by the Cute Charm. Again, I said in the previous game, Wigglytuff Cute Charm is so effective into Brave Bird Talonflame because he has to hit those basics, which brings him within that range and can easily pull him in and leave him unable to act for a while. So he's definitely got to be saving his full heals. Good call to be running full heal in this game, but still very dangerous. Trevenant getting hit by that solar beam, or that fire spin. Hoopa looking for some vision here. Does get caught by that fire spin through the wall, dragged back. Looks like Lane Tech might go for this rip, but they're getting a lot of pressure here from the front line of Unit 5. Trevenant does manage to stay alive. Looks like Buzzwole wants this kill. He does manage to get it. Meanwhile, Talonflame goes in for the kill, and Venu pops their Unite move way too early. Again, their beam going out way too early, leaving this open for their secure, and Hoopa managing to get 2 kills in that team fight, leaving Delphox on kill cooldown for a while. Lane Tech miles ahead in levels here, level 14 and level 13, with no 13 or 14 in sight for Unit 5. Unit 5 finally coming back with their full team. Buzzwole waiting in this bush for something potentially, but the fire spin seeks him out. Ooh, big Delphox Unite move, potentially catching a lot of things here. Venu looking for something, but Venu gets jumped by the Buzzwole. Buzzwole and Talonflame going crazy on this back line here. Talonflame manages to get out, gets the kill on the Venu as well. Mamoswine looking worse for wear, goes down to the Trevenant through the Hoopa Unite move, and Buzzwole menacingly just standing on their goal zone, trying to get in the face of this Wigglytuff. Looks like Lane Tech is going for the rip on this Groudon. Wigglytuff trying to come in, stall for their team. Delphox is coming in, might try to get it with the fire spin. And it does go over to the side of Lane Tech with an Espeon secure. That was extremely close. That fire spin almost secured it. The Talonflame used Brave Bird just a little too early and left it wide open for the secure of Unit 5. This Meowscarada does manage to get the kill on the Espeon. Hoopa might not be able to get the score in mid and actually might go down to this Hoopa, to the Venu. They do go down to the Venu. Meowscarada is able to get a 100 in the back goal zone. Trevenant trying to sneak by, go back to their goal zone. Lane Tech knows they have to play defense now. They're up by a little under 200 points, so a couple bad scores could leave them in ruin. 2 players with Groudon buff pushing this bottom goal zone. 4 players actually. Buzzwole is left completely alone, immediately goes down to the damage of Unit 5. A big 54, a big 50. This might be able to close the gap. Yoshimite trying to get a score off before the game ends. They do manage to get the score off. That might have been all they needed. They could have closed the gap with that score. This could be the game right here. Unit 5 with a crazy play at the end of the game, managing to secure that final score, wins Grand Finals of IHSEA, going 4-0, a full sweep. Unit 5 are the champions of IHSEA. Congratulations.